everyone, welcome to the Movieception Show. My name is Fariba, and tonight we're watching episode 6 of House of Dragon season 2. We're still reeling with the fact that the Dances of the Dragon, the Targaryen Civil War, has now happened. It's now starting. We're just getting to the early events of it. So I'm excited to see what else happens throughout the rest of the season. I think today's episode 6, right? So after today's episode, we only have 2 more episodes left. So, wow, we're already getting down to the end of the season. Now, before I even get down and start episode 6, you're probably wondering why I never dropped a reaction or episode reaction for episode 5. That's because last Sunday, I did not actually get to watch House of the Dragon episode 5 immediately because I was actually at the Copa America final during the same time. And now, if you're aware, if you have not read the news or anything like that, you would know some shenanigans happened right before that match. So there was a huge delay with that. I plan to do, a story about that one day. Hopefully maybe this week, who knows. But because of that, I didn't get to watch House of Dragon immediately, let alone a delay that happened. So I wasn't even home until like 2:30 in the morning. And when I actually wanted to do the episode reaction, I was having technical difficulties. So because of that, I basically lost all the footage that I needed to at least put up a video the next day. I lost all of that. And I, of course, I didn't want to just, rewatch an episode with, something that is not a genuine reaction. So I decided not to post that up or post anything up for it. But even with that being the case, we're here now, episode 6. We're getting down to the end. And thankfully, I have no other I don't have any other conflicts with my schedule, so yeah, without further ado, let's get right down into episode 6 of House of Dragon season 2. Do I see Lannisters? Oh yes, I do.
Knights of my own, and 7 times as many archers and men-at-arms. By the time we have finished with the Riverland scum, the Red Fort will earn its name.
Their actual own symbol.
We are ready to march at your
march. We are most eager to embrace the hospitality
of
the
course, the cockiness of the Lannisters. Typical. I can't believe they actually have a live lion to represent them.
He dare not march from the Tooth to Haring Hall without an escort.
He's got something
in the Riverlands, Your Grace. My brother's army is strong, but it does seem
I am the
Nations are justified, Aemon, but it does seem...
I have a task for you as well, Sir Dylan.
What has come of our letters to the Greyjoys?
They have been to no avail.
Greyjoys.
Kraken waits, seeking his best advantage. Though we may...
The longer we wait, the more chance he will prevail. Lannister will march from the west. Take what strength we have. I'll fly out to meet you when the time is right. My uncle is a challenge I welcome.
I know he's been waiting for this moment.
I see.
Please tell me we're getting Caraxes versus Vhagar battle today.
Aemon, boldness is one thing, but overconfidence...
Remind me of your place on the small council.
You know very well I represented your father during the last years of...
Father's dead. Aegonis.
He's nixing her. Oh.
You served the realm well.
Oh, he's nixing her.
Time of need. That need is ended. You are no longer obliged.
Ha! Take that,
Alicent!
Alicent!
This councillor's needed for tempering...
It was. Sure you'll be much pleased to return to Mole.
That's what happens.
Pursuits.
This is what happens when you don't raise your children right. And this is what happens when you fuck around and find out. This is all karma. Karma, karma, karma. Take that, Alicent.
If you hadn't been avenged.
Ooh! Looks like Corlys is the hand of the queen. Love it. There's no one better. she's slaying that outfit. Love it.
Her as a rider.
Then who could do it?
You. A Targaryen princess. And I have been thinking, could it be possible?
To even consider
Trial and error.
such a thing.
I must protest, Your
Trial and
Grace.
error.
The risk.
Nice move, Rhaenyra.
You understand your peril.
I well understand the risk, and I accept it with gladness.
Oh,
I swore
whoa.
to ward my queen with all my strength and to give my blood for hers.
This is called respect.
This is my oath, Your Grace.
It's called loyalty
Then
and
perhaps the
respect.
gods will favor us.
He looks a bit tired, I see, from just his hair, his messy hair. Oh, he's having more of these supernatural. Is that Patty? It's Patty!
Laughing with the whores and lick spittles.
Yes.
You have no allies at court but me. I have a...
Don't.
To name a new heir. You are to return to Runestone and your lady wife at once. And you...
Oh my god, he's actually showing regret. Who would have thought that?
Perhaps.
Oh boy.
Perhaps. Resent my being here.
It's far from that, Damon.
Of the high tower rabble.
Oh my god, please don't make a stupid ass mistake.
Or are you still in league with your club-footed nephew? Or is it Rhaenyra herself?
I shot you.
This is paranoia now. Is he finally leaving Haring Hall? Finally. We're leaving the supernatural pit behind.
Something wrong with me. Someone poisoned me. Food, the wine. Or else it's this swamp air
The
or...
ghost of something does not please you, you run.
No.
Dragonstone, Stepstones, Pentos, Haring
I
Hall.
wake and I do not know where I've been.
She's calling him out.
Yeah. You are not the player, but a piece on the board. Doesn't matter, for that matter.
The truth
I'm
has
not
been
like
spoken.
You spared it no thought.
Well, that's perhaps why your brother gave the crown to her. Perhaps those
Exactly.
who strive for it are the least suited to wear it.
Don't lecture me!
Thanks for telling me. Right when Game of freaking Thrones. and
Viserys
Jon
never
Snow.
wanted it himself. If you were prized to be won, but a burden to bear.
She right.
And Targaryen asking for help.
Counsel.
So unusual, right? Who would have thought of that?
House Tully. In 3 days' time, the winds will shift.
What does that mean? Oh, this is how this works. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Ooh, this is gonna be scary. Please, please accept this guy.
See smoke?
No shit. Oh, that was a fail. Frick.
Bit thin, isn't it?
either that or the
Wait a
Nothing
second.
but fish in this
Maybe he might be actually useful.
His feasts and his wine, but never while our small folk went without.
Aye. But he's gone now.
Hmm.
And his rightful heir denied her seat.
Smoke has fled Dragonstone, and Sir Stephen was a valiant knight. Most
shit.
If perhaps foreseeable. His numbers were few, but we may yet retake.
Ha! Yes. Yes.
It is my fault, I think, that you have forgotten to fear me.
Yes. Put that fear in them. Yes. Take control, honey. Take control.
Of the Seven Kingdoms.
And who will be so foolish as to try? After hearing what befell Sir Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
The usurpers have abandoned them. They are hungry, and they need someone to blame.
Finally. Good news.
We have laid the kindling only. Tonight we will light it. He cannot destroy his own city.
How can they overthrow him?
Maybe not, but it is harder to wage war abroad.
Oh, he's feasting for himself.
Got enough sheep for your dragons?
It is Rhaenyra the Pretender who ordered the gullet closed and left them all to starve.
I still look to you
You
to
can
ensure
see how
their
his
well-being,
leadership isn't great.
which is the burden of authority, with shrewdness and subtlety.
Do you take me for a fool?
On the contrary, my
I have
prince.
little patience for and even less for flatterers and hospitals.
Oh man,
You
this
are, as it happens, correct.
this
Never give
leadership
me
is
that.
going over his head.
An honour I'd never considered for
Well,
myself.
not to serve as hand, you toad, to fetch him. Send word to Otto Hightower. My grandsire may be overcautious, but his devotion to his family has never been in doubt. You'll see it done.
Oh, so Otto's coming back. Well then.
You're late.
And Lair's strong.
Happy to report that he is stronger than I thought. This morning his breath
Waymond,
comes
you're in
easier.
trouble.
He may yet live. Thank the gods.
And happy news.
Oh, he's gonna plot something, isn't he? Yikes. Okay, not too bad. They've done quite a lot of improvements on him. Oh, he's scared. Yikes. Oh, that's a threat. Oh, yikes.
You challenged me, Lise.
I remember.
Scaredy cat. Yikes. Aemon is a scary person. What just happened? Oh no, was it the dragons? Oh, she's a total
There
bitch.
is a large dragon in the Vale.
Oh, a liar is here. Oh, my.
that began shortly after the...
has chosen to raise you up, to serve alongside him, and yet you still
There
continue
you
the
go.
subterfuge.
He's the bastard son.
Don't want my men to get the wrong
Corlys.
idea.
About what?
Wasting your life waiting for something that will never come.
Well, Jace, your idea didn't work out.
It was a bold attempt. I admire you for it. They say you struck Lord Bartimus today. In view of the staff and guard. The household is abuzz with it.
He is lucky I did not have and the sword.
My ruler is my mother. And I
That's
do
true.
not wish it otherwise. Strength of the Green Armies. We need Daemon and his dragon.
May I be free for even 1 hour of the constant refrain of Daemon, Daemon, Daemon.
Your Grace.
Our gift is sent.
What's the gift?
What gift?
Blackwater. What's the gift? Gifts from the... I see. Big brain moment right there. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, this is going to rile a lot of people up. Oh. Food from Rhaenyra Targaryen. There's more. Oh. Rhaenyra. Please. Please make this work. You put a monster on the throne, by the way, Alice. Indirectly.
To Old Town. And now to all the great houses in the Reach. There has been no word from Sir Otto, as of yet.
Oh, he's been missing.
Against the High Tower host. Retribution for their lord's demise.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Finally, she's being a mother. And now she understands. This is all kind of her fault. None of this would have ever happened if she never said anything about what Sarah said.
If he wrote letters, it would be to you. You were always his favorite.
Ooh,
Strange there
dang.
has been no word.
Otto Hightower is ever resourceful. He will send news when there is news to send.
Even he doesn't like his
I
dad.
often wonder what life could have been.
At Old Town.
You were 8 years of age and motherless. It must have been difficult.
Oh,
You
now
get on
you're
with it,
saying that.
don't you? When there isn't.
What's he like?
Oh, she doesn't even know
Does
her
he not
youngest
write to
son.
you?
Less and less these days.
Fancies of many a young lady, I'll wager.
And yet we don't see him.
He's kind.
Did you say kind to describe him?
And his brothers.
Oh.
You did well to send him toward environment for the forming of young men.
May not
Was
be
it the
wrong
cause?
about
Was it
that.
their mother?
Okay, at least accountability.
I'm sure you did your best.
Accountability. Okay. Okay. Self-awareness. Okay.
I must join Sir Christopher.
She's feeding
This one stopped
grasshoppers.
singing. Isn't that strange?
Rhaenyra's ships. Ships! They came ashore in the middle of the night with gifts from the Queen. She thinks of us even now!
This is gonna... Ooh! This is gonna rile up everyone big time.
Give it to me!
Oh, they in trouble.
There's the Queen of Fishes! Keep moving!
Get to the wheelhouse!
No!
Oh! Sheathe your swords! Sheathe your swords!
My Queen's this way! Inside!
Yikes. The legions have changed now. Ooh, that looks similar to the cut that she made on Rhaenyra last season.
My lungs were strong, but my foot so twisted that my father named it sorcery.
Trying to give him some advice, huh?
Accusing a member of our household of casting.
Mm.
And they will underestimate you. And this will be your advantage.
No. No.
Rules in your place now, which means that your life is in danger.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you know that.
Oh, he does. For certain. He wants to become Hand of the King. That's gonna be the deal, isn't it, huh?
But she's gone.
This is kind of like a take two, isn't it, huh? For Daemon.
I'm sorry. You needed me. I'm here now.
Kind of.
Young Oscar Tully is now Lord Paramount of the Riverlands.
What was the manner of Lord Graham's passing?
Is that sea smoke? Is he? Oh my god. He's about to accept someone. And it's gonna be a bastard, huh? Yo, why are you running? He wants you! Stop running! He wants you! Why are you running? He wants you! Dude, he wants you! Stop running! Fucking hell! Dude, he wants you! Accept his honor! This is an honor! Take it! Take his honor! Accept it, for goodness sakes. Take it. Good news for Rhaenyra.
Your banners were carried from the ship into...
I do not think I can win this war.
Don't say that.
My own son questions my capabilities. Carefree. Dangerous. A man. And I was what he wanted.
Yep. Even Sarah saw that.
How prevailed? How will I rule a kingdom when my own son doubts me?
You have me.
Yee.
You have my thanks.
Had his pleasure with me. And when after many months of this, it became evident that his seed had taken root. There is a scar here as well.
Oh, frick.
It cannot bear children. It left me for dead. But I lived steadfast. You have seen me as worthy, as an equal even.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, I will serve you. I believe you are meant to be queen.
So do Viserys. So do I. The rightful heir to the Iron Throne. Oh, I'm sensing some sexual tensions. I was sensitive for a while. Yep.
He has a rider. Impossible to tell from the ground.
The Greens?
I don't know who else it could be.
And he didn't just simply introduce himself? Okay. Alrighty, that was episode 6 of House of Dragon season 2. And yeah, I mean, it's just another episode where it is definitely dialogue heavy, definitely looking into kind of the consequences and building up to things. But I have to still say, this is a pretty impressive episode. I think, again, I continue to say, like, this season has been pretty great because it definitely feels like Game of Thrones, where it takes time to build up to the big event, using dialogue, using kind of the events that are happening in the moment. It's a really mellow, subtle thing going on, but it works out. And I think watching tonight's episode, we definitely see things really brewing, right? So for instance, Aemond and his leadership, we can definitely see where Aemond is very good when it comes to militaristic logistics and leadership in that side, but you can see how he's very poor when it comes to actual like diplomacy and thinking about the actual like small things like the actual people, which is again one of the reasons why Viserys, wanted Rhaenyra, because then we see the contrast of Rhaenyra's rule, where she's someone who is showcasing herself as, a person who is very caring and very altruistic and is willing to be there to give aid, like we saw here. Mysaria gave a really, really good idea right there, trying to provide some of the food because of the fact that there's just been so many hungry people in King's Landing. So you can see quite the contrast between the leadership and, again, more than one reasons why we've been seeing how, why Rhaenyra is the one who's deserving to be the heir, deserving to be up in the Iron Throne, because she is someone who, one, isn't always about, battles and trying to kill people and going all that. I mean, she's not that type of person. She even went to the extent of trying to have a very peaceful way of, not starting this world before it even starts. And even then, she did her best, right? And then now here it is. We're in that part of her, part of this phase where she's doing all she can to try and beat the Greens while still trying to abide with her council, while still trying to do something where it wouldn't involve too much of that violence. So once again, lots of reasons why Rhaenyra should be up in the throne. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but we see that here, right? And I think we even see it with Mysaria. She even argues that, she didn't even care about anybody, right? But the moment that she saw Rhaenyra, where she would even, consider other people her equal, where she is someone who is willing to think about, the small folks, it shows more and more reasons why she is the one who is more deserving of the throne. And not only that, but then seeing Alicent's reaction to all of this, we keep seeing how she's having these regrets, having these basically regrets, these doubts about, the fact that she put even either one of her sons on the Iron Throne. I mean, she put Aegon up there with the understanding that that's what Viserys had wished, again, knowing the fact that, there's so many Aegons out there. And then now seeing the consequences of that, because not only is Aegon very much injured, but now, as a result of that, Aemon is on the throne, and you can see how he's very much being quite I don't want to say tyrannical ruler, but he kind of is. He is dismissing his mom. He is even actually being a bit more vengeful towards her because of how she didn't exactly react in a way regarding his, slash to his eye and losing that eye. And now here it is, right? This is how he's reacting. He's very, stoic. He's very, no nonsense. He's someone who is a bit more clever with what he wants to do, and he's a bit more aware of how to do things, but at the same time, it is for his pleasure rather than actually thinking about the whole meaning behind the throne. And again, we keep seeing how Alicent's having these regrets, how, because of what she'd done following Viserys' death, that this is all leading up to this. And again, this is following up from, what was it? I think it was episode 2 or 3, when she finally realized what Viserys actually meant about Aegon. Now that she's actually starting to realize what her mistakes are, she's starting to reel over her errors of that. And we keep seeing this. We're seeing all these characters going through that. And I love that arc that we're seeing throughout all these characters, how one character is being very antagonistic. Then we're seeing, even some of the more villainous characters having their own sort of vulnerabilities and regrets, as we saw with Daemon, right? Now, granted that I know a lot of people are not happy with the supernatural part of what's going on in Haring Hall storyline, and even I'm kind of getting a little bit just can we please go on with him actually getting involved in the war? But I think this one is definitely the most critical one out there in terms of seeing what's going on with Daemon and his visions and what's going on in Haring Hall. Nice to see Paddy's back. Paddy Considine's back as Viserys. I think we all kind of were, we all had kind of the inkling that he was going to appear at some point, because we did see Millie Alcock. We've seen the actor who played Laena Valerian, and now here it is. We see Paddy playing as Viserys, and this one's very interesting because before we're just seeing kind of what Daemon is going through and kind of his fears and everything, and this one is definitely one where there is a bit of regret on his end because of how he responded to the death of his sister-in-law, Aemma, right? We remember back in season 1 how he said some really poor words about the death of his nephew, and that definitely pissed off Viserys. And now here it is. This is kind of like his way of having his second chance of amending what had really happened, and it looks as though he's finally starting to realize his mistakes, which is very unusual, something that we never really expected of Daemon. How he's actually feeling remorse about how he reacted to things and having those regrets. So again, I really appreciate how this is a show that, again, we've seen some of the more antagonistic characters having some vulnerabilities, realizing their mistakes, realizing that, you know, some of the things they've done in the past were not the best things that they have done. And we're seeing that with Alicent. We're seeing that with Daemon. We're seeing a little bit more of those vulnerabilities with even Aemon, right? A couple episodes ago where he was being taunted by his brother, which again led to the events of episode 4 where he kind of tried to kill his brother. What was it called? Infanticide or something like that? I'm still learning the words. But yeah, I love this complexity. This is what I really appreciate about Game of Thrones, that there is always that complexity with not just the storytelling, but seeing the character arcs through and through. And this is one where, again, we see a lot of that really being manifested with Alicent, with Daemon, with Aemon, even with Aegon in a way, right? And we even see this with Larys. He's like talking to Aegon, saying how, like, you know, I was born, you know, with this condition and people never really took me seriously. Yet it's one of those cases where, because of having those, you know, those disabilities, that it can actually work in their favor. And that's what he was trying to communicate with Aegon here. And of course, like, it does seem as though that there's going to try and be some sort of deal in between them, where if, you know, if Larys does help him and tries to protect him from Aemon, then maybe perhaps he can be the hand of the king. That's kind of what I'm getting the sense right there. So again, I have not read the books. I'm trying not to read the books. I've not read Fire and Blood, so I won't say I don't have any idea what happens. I am aware of what ends up becoming the end of it, which again, it's very tragic, but I don't know the actual details. So if that's the case, boom. So yeah, love the complexity in terms of just the writing and just seeing how the characters have really evolved this time around. We see Rhaenyra this time trying to try out Jace's idea about maybe trying to go through the line of people who aren't exactly, you know, primarily Targaryens, but might have bloodline that's close to it. First deal failed, but then seeing the fact that, you know, one of Corlys's bastards is actually being accepted by Sea Smoke, I mean, that is a big deal. Gonna be very interesting how things are gonna be reacted to in the next episode. I mean, right now she's on the impression that it's green, but it's not. Or who knows? We don't know his intentions, right? We don't know what this character's intentions are in terms of whether or not he's going to take this stratagem for his own pleasure, or if he's going to help, if he's going to help the blacks or anything like that. That's going to be yet to be determined. We'll know by the next episode what's going to end up happening. But yeah, lots of things are really brewing. Again, it does seem as though that this is like, we're finally kind of building up to what seems to be the next big battle. Because I remember some bits of the trailer where we haven't really seen those bits yet. And I'm like, okay, we are going to have another battle at some point. Probably not the next episode, but probably in the finale, the season finale, we're probably going to have a big event. So again, it's just a matter of really building up to it, which I love. I love it when, you know, a story takes time to really build up its momentum up until it gets to that big event, and those are always the best episodes. Again, so far we know that episode 4 has been one of the best. I would imagine that the season finale could actually be one of the best as well. Who knows? We'll see. Again, we only have 2 episodes left, so things are really starting to brew. We're starting to see a lot of the pieces starting to kind of come in place with both the greens and the blacks. I can't remember who said that, but someone did mention that, like, everyone's just a piece of a puzzle, right? It's not just a matter of like one person trying to rule. It's like everyone is part of the puzzle. But it's gonna be very interesting how things move forward here on out. Again, we only have 2 episodes left, so that's all I can say about episode 6 right here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts are, having now seen the developments right here. What are your thoughts about storytelling that we've seen so far? What are your thoughts having seen that Patty is back? What does this mean about Daemon's story moving forward? Is there any chance that we will see Daemon and Rhaenyra in any way reconcile in any way? Or like, what do you think? Will it even happen? Or do you think this is actually, like, the whole supernatural aspect is beneficial to allowing that to happen? Let me know your thoughts right there. What are your thoughts knowing the fact that Sea Smoke has accepted one of Corlys's bastards? What does this mean moving forward? Or does this mean that this is a good thing for the blacks? Or is this actually going to be a consequence for them? We'll have to see about that. And let me know where the thoughts are about this episode so far, and what your thoughts are now that we are getting down to the final 2 episodes. Do you think that it's going to be a slam dunk, or it's going to be a bit of a disappointment? Or is this what you really wanted? And again, any other thoughts and concerns, let me know your thoughts below, and make sure to like and subscribe.